Good morning. Good morning. Good morning on YouTube. Good morning on Facebook. The Way Life Center. We are streaming live over on Facebook on our Way Life Center page. Happy Monday. Good morning. Good morning. Blessings and abundance as you come on to join me for morning prayer. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Wake up. Shake the cobwebs off, y'all. Gotta wake up. Good morning, one woman man. Good morning, Eunice. Good morning, Nichelle. Good morning, Junie. Good morning, all. Especially over here on YouTube. We know we get everyone from all over the world over on YouTube. Good morning from whatever part of the world you're in right now. It may be nighttime that you're joining me over there. Good morning, Tasha. Dan, Andrea. Good morning. Blessings and abundance this morning. Blessings and abundance. God, we thank you this morning. I thank you for our live stream for Monday mornings. Be blessed. You're welcome. Your lifestyle elevated. Houston, Texas. God bless you. Blessings and abundance, whatever city you're in, whatever the world you're in. I'm so excited this morning for this message that God has given me for Monday morning prayer. As you know, we've just taken this public recently last week. I was doing this for years inside of our Abundant Life Circle. And I thank you to the Abundant Life Circle members for sharing me publicly, allowing me to do this publicly instead of privately inside of our circle. So I'm so happy to bring it to you publicly. Good morning from Paris. Good morning, Marilyn, over in Paris. And I'm so excited about this message, but just a couple things real quickly. I wanted to say a prayer. We're asking for prayer for Channiker Cook's niece, who is in ICU. She's one of our Abundant Life Circle members, and her niece is in ICU. She's only 7 years old. Please pray for her. You don't even have to pray for her by name. Just lift her up to God. God knows whoever we're praying for, lift her up. We're also keeping in prayer Dan Beck as she gets ready to head to Florida for her new position down in Florida, moving from Atlanta this week. We're lifting her up and praying for safe travels, easy transition, blessings and abundance down there in Florida. And we're so excited for everything that God is doing inside of our circle, everything that God is doing as we prepare to launch the Life Center, as we've launched the Life Center virtually, but as we're preparing for a location in order to be able to bring support groups, meditation and prayer classes, virtual life classes, and be able to move forward with the vision for the Life Center. We're so excited. Good morning, Brandy. Good morning, Richard. So, this morning, what God has put on my heart is that oftentimes we do not realize that we are in a battle. Those who catch this on replay, I'm going to need you to catch it from the very beginning. Samara says, "Hi, Muslim, and your life advice is beautiful. It's valuable to everyone." Thank you, Samara. And blessings to you, hun. Blessings. So this morning, one of the things I want to awaken you with this week, one of the things I want you to be able to become aware of, intentional of this week, is that there are always going to be distractions. There are always going to be excuses. There's always going to be something that you're going to be able to say, I've got to do this right now. I got to do that right now. I can't do this right now. Or every time you get intentional about focusing on doing the things that God's calling you to do, the intentional things, the purposeful things, the things, the seeds that God has planted inside of you, the seeds that God has planted inside of you. You've got books inside of you. You've got business inside of you. You've got charities inside of you. You've got a mission inside of you. You've got coaching and advising. You've got mentoring inside of you. You've got so much inside of you. But what happens is, and this is what separates 99% of the world, the 1% who actually activate and do what God is calling them to do, to activate the vision, activate the dream over their life. What is different between the 99% after the things that they're thinking of, dreaming of, believing on, is that you don't have time for distractions or excuses. I'll listen to clients, I'll listen to members sometimes, you guys, and they do their check-ins with me and we have our sessions together and I'm listening to my members and I'm listening and it's like, why haven't we moved forward? Why haven't we reached? Tell me why and what's going on. Now, what does a week in your life look like? What exactly are you doing every day? Because I need to understand, why is it you're waking up and going throughout your day and going to sleep and waking up the exact same way that you went down the night before? Every week, the same, day in, day out. What is getting accomplished? Most people are walking around in a fog. They're walking around in a stupor. They're walking around in a cloud. They're not intentional, clear, and focused to execute a strategy and a vision for their life. But then most people are wondering why they don't seem to be where they want to be in life. They're just getting by. They're not happy. They're living in lack. Let me tell you something. If you are broke right now, if you don't have any money right now, I'm going to need you to get up off your butt. If you've got only one job, I don't want to hear any complaints about why you are broke. I don't want to hear complaints about you not having any money and why you can't do this and why you can't afford that. If you got one job and you are telling me you're broke and you're telling me, last time I did, one job is 8 hours a day and there are 24 hours in a day. 24 hours in a day. I am not going to allow you to make excuses for why you are living in poverty or why you are broke or why you can't feed your children or why you can't make ends meet, why you are living paycheck to paycheck or why you are always borrowing money from people. There have been points and times in my life where I've had to work 3 and 4 jobs at a time while I was building the dream. I need somebody to hear me. There was times in my life where I was working nights, waiting just to put food on the table or pay rent, for some heads. I need you to hear that I was working to build my dreams during the day and I would do whatever I had to do. How many, 3, 4 jobs just to cover and make sure everything was okay while I am still building my job, building my dreams, building my companies, building the things and the ideas that God had given me. There has got to be a hunger that comes up inside of you. There's got sleep. You don't have time for family dinner on Sunday. You don't have time to hang out with your friends this weekend. You don't have time to be entertained and watch TV every evening and every weekend. Listen, if there are things that you know you need to be accomplishing, there is no time for distractions and excuses in this season. You'll come into seasons where you have more time. You'll come into seasons where you'll be more balanced. You'll come into seasons where you're going to be able to have the money and the time to spend with your children and your family. Listen, this is the stuff that people don't want to talk about. They don't want to talk about the sacrifices that it takes to get to where God is calling you to be. My ex-husband would talk about me like a dog. Oh, she's over here at the baseball game with her son and she's on her phone. Oh, she's over here. She's always late. Oh, she's doing... Oh, she's always working. She's always doing this. And now you fast forward and who's living in abundance and who their children taking trip out of the country, whose children. I need somebody to hear me this morning. I need you to hear me this morning. You are going to have to focus in such a way and make up your mind, and you're going to have to get laser sharp focus. You've got to get blind. You've got tunnel vision. You're going to have to focus in on your goal, and you're going to have to, this family's going to say, and blinders to what your friends are going to say, and blinders to what your old friends are going to say, and blinders to what co-workers are going to say. You're going to have to put on blinders. You're going to have to be so focused that it doesn't matter what anybody says. And listen, if you don't realize by your a battle, that you're in a battle, if you don't realize that you're in a battle, you've already lost. If you don't realize that you're in a battle, you've already lost. If you don't realize that the enemy, it's not a coincidence that every time you start to get focused, something happens with your kids. You don't realize that every time you start to get focused, here comes a new man. Here comes a new woman, looking like everything you've been asking for, looking like everything you've wanted. You don't realize that every time you begin to make up your mind, here comes the car breaking down. Here comes the enemy speaking through your wife, through your husband, through your cousin and them. Here comes a post on Facebook intentionally to discourage you. You don't think you're in a battle? You don't know that the enemy is trying at every level to distract you, to divert you, to send you off on a tangent that is the opposite, or just not doing your purpose, not doing the thing that you're really called to do. Trying to say, oh, I'll go and do this business because it's going to make the money, and I'll make the money and then I'll invest it in the thing that I want to do, that I know God's calling me to do. Whereas if you would take the faith steps necessary, all the money that you need to walk on your purpose path, but you keep trying to use your little human logic to say what you should do and what you shouldn't do and what's a priority, because I don't have the money for that, and how's that going to pay me? So you start taking all these tangents, which actually take longer than if you would have just done the thing that God's calling you to do. You're already on that path and moving towards that faster, which is the path to your prosperity, which is the path to true love, which is the path to health, wealth, love, peace, and joy and abundance. But you want to keep using your logic to say, oh, because it's really fear-based. What if I broke? What if I lose everything? What if it doesn't work? No, what if nobody pays me for that? What if no one wants that book? What if nobody wants my coaching? What if nobody wants to come to my restaurant? Purpose-driven life just isn't about coaching or advising. Purpose-driven life is you doing what you're called to do, what you're passionate about, what brings you joy. And then over top of that, he will help you to help people and serve people while you're in that position. That's purpose. That's purpose. It's not that complicated. And it's not just one thing. It's whatever you're passionate about. It's whatever you're drawn to. And it's God, the intersection of your experiences, passions, skills, and where you can help people. That's purpose. And this morning, some of you keep laying down with people, and then you wonder why you get back up and you have more issues and more anxiety and more. It's not just sex. When you lay down with somebody, you're getting back up with their spirits and their issues on top of your spirit and your issues. You think you're struggling. Well, then you go lay down with people who are hurting and struggling, and now you take on all of their issues. If half of you would just stop having sex, give yourself 6 months and say, God, I'm going to give you 6 months. I'm going to dedicate 6 months. I'm going to get off social media. I'm going to stop having sex with the maintenance man. I'm going to stop having sex with Susie Q. And I'm going to just focus on you and me, God. I'm going to take the time and focus and get tapped in. Do you really have time? Do you really have time to keep procrastinating on doing what you're called to do? Do you really have time? In the blink of an eye, you're going to be 10 years older. In the blink of an eye, you're going to start to age and not have the energy and not have. in the blink of an eye. What are you going to do? Oh, there's never going to be a perfect time. I'm going to tell you something. I don't live in a hustle mentality anymore because I don't have to. Because I worked my butt off for years to get to the point where I could work 20 hours a week. But I invested my time, I invested blood, sweat, and tears into the dreams that God had given me to get to a point to afford to sit down. Have you really worked that hard? Have you really truly given it your all? Have you really truly sacrificed for what it is you say you desire? If you think something's coming to you passively, if you think something's just gonna land in your lap because you're just such a good person and you just deserve it. No, that's not the way it works. I don't care who you are. You are going to have to show yourself approved. You are going to have to sow and intentionally move towards the things that you truly desire in life. And if you don't, you really don't want it. See, talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. Everybody talks. Everybody talks. I was going to do that. I was thinking about doing that. I wanted to do that. Oh, I was going to do that last year. Oh, talk is cheap. I don't care what your mouth says. What are you doing? What are you doing? It's the only thing you get credit for. What you accomplish. We're in the big boys world now. We're not kids. It's not in this generation where kids are getting awards for volunteering or just participating. In the real life world, you don't get participating in life. The only way you're getting a trophy is by working your butt off. Work ethic. Being better, working harder, going harder, sacrificing. The only way you're going to win in the grown-up world, and this is why we've been raising a generation of little punk children who don't know how to work hard for anything, children who don't know how to set goals, children who don't know how to work ethic. Why? Because we keep giving them trophies and pats on the back for just the slightest effort. It's not how it's going to get done. It's not how it's going to get done. You better teach your kids right now that life is not going to be easy on them, or else you're setting them up for failure. If you're setting your children up like life is just going to be handed to you on a silver platter with no work ethic, no effort, then you are setting your children up to fail. Who didn't hold you accountable? Why does life seem so hard for you? I'll tell you why life seems so hard for me. My parents didn't prepare me for real life. I got out into the real world and I'm looking around like, who are all these evil people? Who are all these backbiting people? Who are all these people who try to take advantage of you? Who are all these people who literally will steal everything right out from underneath you? Wait, you mean I don't get to just be applauded because I'm sweet and I'm nice and I'm kind? I don't get to win. I don't get to have the life I desire just because I want it, just because I'm a good person, just because I treat people nice. No, you don't. In the big boy world, you only get what you work for. And you only get what you sacrifice for. It's no different just because you're a believer. The only thing you get as a believer is because you have faith. And faith is going to carry you through some of the most difficult times. And if you connect and sync with God, it's the only shortcut I know to abundant life more quickly. If you sync up and you're obedient and then God orders your steps, instead of going around in circles and tangents and this and that and the other. That's the only shortcut I know to getting to abundant life is being obedient to God. through prayer and meditation, having your spirit be at such peace that God is able to talk to you and lead you and guide you personally. No, you don't have to run to the woman or man of God to get a word, because you actually have a relationship with God, and God is guiding you and directing you the same way he does them, because you're a woman and man of God. You don't have to wait to go to church to be guided. You don't have to wait and go to church to be shown what to do or what's best or the best decision. Get still, petition God, get quiet, and listen. And have the courage and the guts to be obedient to what God is guiding you to. Now, that's the next part. Because when he tells you what to do and he guides you on what to do, sometimes that's going to go against logic. It's going to be illogical. It's not going to make sense to your mind. It's not going to make sense to those around you. It's not going to make sense. You're going to be looking crazy to people. You're going to be looking crazy. People going to be looking at you like, she's doing what? She what? He what? He's what? Where is it going? Where's it moving? What's he starting? What? Where did that come from? Who does he think he is? You're going to have to be willing to look crazy. You're going to have to be willing to look peculiar. You're going to have to be willing to let people talk about you and not even defend yourself. I learned a long time when I was somebody I had sewn into and hugged through their tears. And then I find out through the little gossip tree they're talking about me. And I come back around to confront and say, but why would you say, oh, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Oh, okay. I see. So it's the very people that you're good to who become jealous or envious and will turn on you. But don't even have the, I won't say what I want to say, even have the courage, the boldness to own it. Lie straight to your face. I didn't say that. No, I don't know why she would say I said that. Okay, boo-boo. Okay, boo-boo. I learned to not even confront it. You don't have time to be running behind people. Why'd you say this about me? Why'd you say that? If you got time to run behind trying to correct everybody, then listen, you ain't ready for success. Because everybody's going to talk about you. Everybody. The people who love you the most will talk about you. Oh, I don't know who she thinks she is. So this morning, no more distractions. I want you to get to the point where when there comes a distraction, when there comes something that's pulling on you emotionally, something that's trying to get you to stop writing this book, something in your business, something that gets you to stop fasting, to stop praying. Whenever something comes that's trying to get you off of your abundant life path, that's trying to get you, anything that comes to distract you, I want you to begin to recognize, I see you. I see the enemy. I see what you're trying to do. You threatened. I'm getting closer than I've ever been before. I'm getting closer than I've ever been before. I'm getting close to my breakthrough. I'm getting closer to my next level. I'm getting closer to my next level of abundant life. I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. I have to be getting closer, because when the attacks ramp up and the distractions come and the storm starts to rage and everything's coming against you, you're going in the right direction. Don't you dare decide, oh, I must be doing something wrong. No, you're doing something right, baby. When everything starts to turn on you, you're just feeling like it's just so uncomfortable and I'm so unhappy and I'm in such distress and I'm suffering, and you're tempted to turn around and go back into something that God's already brought you out of. When you're tempted to make phone call for some comfort and for some affection, when you're tempted to make that phone call to that family member because you just want to vent and you just want to be encouraged, but this person's never been encouraging. This person doesn't believe in your dreams. This person's never been who you want to be for you, and you're just tempted because your spirit and your flesh is struggling. You're saying, God, if I'm really on the right path, then why is this so hard? Why is this so hard? Because to whom much is given, much is required. And the greater the calling, the greater the responsibility. And you have souls assigned to you who are waiting on you to get in position to do what you're called to do. You have souls assigned to you. And the longer you're on the merry-go-round, the longer you're just going in circles, the longer people are waiting to get what it is you have to give. Round and round. Aren't you tired of going in circles? Aren't you tired this morning of going in circles? Aren't you tired this morning of repeating the same thing over and over again? When are you going to learn this lesson? When is this lesson going to kick in for you? When is it that you're finally going to say, God, I give this to you. I give this to you. I'm tired of trying. I'm tired of trying to figure that out. I'm tired of trying to make it work. When are you finally going to surrender the area of the one area of your life that keeps holding you back? The one area of your life that keeps tripping you up. When are you finally going to get so sick and tired? So sick and tired that you finally say, I give up. I just give up. I give up. Screw it. F it. I give up. This ain't working. I'm done. See, some of you guys keep committing stuff you need to let go of. Some of you keep feeling like, somebody asked me one time, what does surrendering feel like? It feels like failure. It feels like giving up. It feels like heartbreak. Surrendering feels like heartbreak. Surrendering something that you keep bumping your head against the wall. God, make it work. Why can't I get it? Give it to God. Give up. God, if it be your will, if it be your will. God, if it be your will for me to be married, I'm tired of suffering and struggling with this. I'm tired of wanting it so bad that it's almost become idolatry in my life. That this passion I have to want to be married has taken over my life, and I can't even walk in purpose, and I can't even walk in peace, and I don't even know how to interact with people, and I don't even know how to be myself, and I don't even know how to think right, and am I doing this right? Give it to God. Give it to God. God, if it be your will for me to be married. And if it's not, show me what else I'm called to do. That's going to take over my life to replace whatever I've had that I thought it was going to be. God, I believe, but help my unbelief. Help my unbelief. I believe, but help my unbelief. There's some things you're going to have to just lay it at God's feet and let go. Lay it at God's feet and let go. God, if it be your will. Because all the energy, can those of you who really don't love, I'll tell you a secret. You really want love? You know, I see all these courses. Love, attract your soulmate. The only thing I've ever taught about attracting your soulmate is to walk in purpose. It's the only thing I've ever taught about attracting your soulmate is to walk in purpose. Anybody who's worked with me? No, I'll lead you right, God, into purpose if you want to attract love. Why? because you're not going to attract love when you don't even know who you are. You can't attract love when you don't even know where God's taking you yet. You can't attract true love and a true purpose partner and soulmate if you don't. So guess what? You'll keep attracting good guys, good girls, okay people. But you can't attract what's really meant for you until you really know who you are. And I'm gonna tell you something. You have no idea where God's taking you. I'm the same way. You have to get on the purpose path. Get on the purpose path. Then God can bring love. Guess years ago, when I accepted calling my life to be a minister, I didn't start walking under the title even at then, but I accepted that I was a minister. I accepted it. I met Carrie 60 days later. Why? Because I'd always said I'd never marry a pastor, but as soon as I surrendered that who I am, then love came. That's my secret sauce. You want love? Chase after God. Chase after the things of God. Chase after purpose. God, show me who I am. Have your way in my life. It's the only shortcut I know to abundant life is to allow God to have his way in your life. Allow God to have his way. Do you hear me this morning? Allow God to have his way. Stop trying to do it your way. Your way don't work. My way didn't work either. So this morning, God, I thank you. I thank you for this session, this Monday morning prayer. I thank you, God, for every soul, every life that will be touched through Monday morning prayer. I thank you, God, that even right now, I come against every distraction. I come against every excuse. I come against everything that would take your people away from you. I come against everything that would block their blessings, that would block them from doing the things that you've called them to do. And I ordain purpose-driven life, that they begin to execute the plan that you've given for their life, God. And if they don't know what that is, even right now, I ask you, God, to give direction. Take them to a place of quietness. Take them into a place of peace where you can guide their spirits and order their steps today. This week, God, we expect breakthrough. We expect breakthrough. God, we expect breakthrough in our mentality, in our mindset, in our spirit, and in our hearts. For those who are grieving, for those who are emotionally burdened today, we pray, God, for peace and relief. Come in and give peace that surpasses all understanding, peace that surpasses all understanding. Comfort, God, even now, all around the world, God. Comfort, that there is more than where you are right now. God has more for you than where you are right now. Don't give up. Don't give up. The blessings ahead of you are greater than what's behind you. Don't give up, pressing forward. God, we thank you. We thank you. And we will be obedient to do what you're calling us to do. No more distractions, no more excuses. Amen. Amen. All right, guys, blessings in abundance. Have a great Monday. Have a great week. Abundant Life Circle. Love you to pieces. Life class is coming. Sign up at the link above in order to get notification. The registration links for the free confidence class that's coming through the Way Life Center. We're coming up on the deadline for the coaching certification. Make sure you get your payments in. You've been sent out your payment links for anybody who is already registered. If you're not, we still have space for interviews to get you pushed through to sign up for your certification so you can be certified as an abundant life coach by the end of the year. Yay! I also have a free class tomorrow night, Becoming a Six-Figure Coach. You're welcome, Sally. You're welcome, Kia. You're welcome, Shalonda. Woo! All right, I know there's more announcements, guys, but I can't remember it. Oh, if you're wanting to donate, help us get ready to launch the physical location of the Life Center, please click the link above. We are going to be offering support groups and meditation classes and life classes. We need your help. Partner with us. Partner with us. Click the links above to learn more, guys, to get more information. If you want to be in a circle, there's also a link above. Join family. Bless and abundant. Make it a great week. Okay, bye-bye.